Woo!
Hello.
We're back.
We are. So, I don't know. I might give it a second, get some more people in here. Oh, Will made it right on time. Do you want to let them know, or do you want me to do it, Molly?
Why don't you do it? I feel like you're better at breaking bad news.
Okay, bad news, guys. We had a change of plans about 5 minutes ago. Unfortunately, something about Andrew and Jacob completely stopping up the toilet or something. And they can't do the podcast. So they're not going to be here tonight. We called in a special favor from a very special guest. I'm going to make him bring himself in because he has full control of it.
It's
my husband.
Yay!
It's yeah, I made it. I'm here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't have his fun segment where he crumples up a piece of paper and throws it at me. Shut up, Troy. Would you rather we have called you?
Now, wasn't I like fourth on the list though? Like...
On Molly's list.
Yeah.
So just so everyone,
you're okay.
My default was, Steven, you got to be a guest, and I feel like I can hear myself a little bit. Sorry. My very first reaction was like, Steven, you can be a guest. And Molly was like, I'm already on the phone with Chase.
Chase was unavailable, so we had to take the next best thing. Steven.
She also called Patrick and Troy in the meantime.
Yeah. Molly, do you know that I have been called the Wish version of Chase? By multiple people.
The Wish version? At first I thought you said the rich version, and I was like, okay, you hate poor people, we get it.
No, I'm not.
Do people use Wish anymore? Is Wish still...
Would it be Temu?
Just Temu.
I love Wish though. I didn't even buy anything. I just always liked a bunch of stuff, but I never bought anything.
Yeah. So it was a bit of a bummer that Andrew and Jacob can't make it because we had so many peen jokes ready to go.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
So many. That's okay though. We're still gonna have a great show, and it's fine.
Yeah. Maybe they're in the chat seeing what they missed out on, but I doubt it because I don't think they've watched any episodes. So feel free to roast them mercilessly in the chat, guys.
Well, let's start with the normal guest question. Steven, how much is in your bank account? I'm gonna ask the Courtney question.
All right, good. I like it. Here, let me go to Courtney's bank account.
Please don't do that.
It is overdrawn, actually.
Overdrafted $5,000.
Yeah, it is.
It might actually be. We don't know.
But no, it is. We're saving. Courtney cut me off from spending all our money on snakes and things, so trying to be responsible. But as soon as she cut me off from snakes, I got into suits. So that's my new hobby. Suits.
Steven, have you ever seen the Rick and Morty clip where she's like, Summer, your dad's such a dork keeping bees? I mean,
keeping age.
He has bees. I wish my dad kept bees. How old is your dad? Is he definitely bee? So that's how Steven was with these suits. He's like, I watched a video about like a guy who made suits. It's crazy. I really like how they make these suits. These suits are really cool. I want to make a suit.
Yeah.
And he texts me, what do you think about if I hand stitched in a suit? And I'm like, well, maybe we could start small.
And so
you could just be like a nice Hugo Boss or something. Like maybe go to Men's Warehouse.
That's what happened. We went to Men's Warehouse.
Yeah. And he got pants that were too long.
They just need to
hemmed
be hemmed
them himself.
Yeah, they just need to be hemmed. They were unhemmed pants. But I want to throw this out there real quick. Courtney's reaction when she was telling that story, and she made her like, sure, do it. That's her not believing in my dreams. So, because I am going to be a tailor.
It's a recessive suit.
You're going to be a tailor?
Yeah, it's my middle name. It's my middle name. There we go.
I'll be your first client.
There we go. Yeah.
Courtney, can Steven be my personal tailor? I have to ask
if you want, but he only wants to make suits. So you guys start wearing suits.
I think I would be a great pantsuit person.
Good.
I think
perfect. We've had a couple more people join, and I just wanted to kind of make the announcement again. Unfortunately, Andrew and Jacob have some plumbing issues, so they won't be able to make it tonight.
Yeah,
and
there
it
was some
said,
trouble when they were trying to lay a pipe or something like that, is what they said on the phone.
I think that's what they said.
We're happy.
That's what I heard.
We're still having fun.
Yeah, they
Oh,
said one of them couldn't get something up. And, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
how was your week? How were both of y'all's week?
It was good. So I was on late to the mic Thursday, and we had terrible internet issues. So Steven, the next morning, called our internet provider, and it was like, "Fix this, or I'm leaving." And they couldn't fix it. They couldn't give us like better speed or whatever. So he called Xfinity, and they came out today, and they got to our house, and they unplugged our internet without knocking on the door, so I'm presenting in a meeting at
No.
like 11:30. I have like reports open online that I haven't saved yet, and the internet just goes out, and I am livid. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm
No.
like on my hotspot on my phone, and then the guy knocks on the door, and he's like, "Hi guys, so we're not going to be able to hook your internet up today." And Steve's like, "Well, plug it back in then," because it was he
I
didn't
would
even
have a
tell us he was
fit.
going to do it. It was rough. I don't think people realize how much like people rely on internet now, especially with so much work from home and stuff, because
Yeah.
I lost 2 reports that I had open. I had to start them completely from scratch because they were online. But it's fine. It's fine. So yeah, all of that happened with our internet today, and then we had a clutch laid yesterday and today.
Oh, yay!
I know that's not as big of a deal for Chimera or Canova as the hat is, but
I know. I'm wearing my. I wondered if Patrick would see this and be like, "You
that'll
like."
make
I feel
him
like
mad.
Oh, you're a traitor. Yeah.
I know. So I feel like I'm a little traitor, but it looked really nice. So it looks good.
Joshua in the chat, you can look into Starlink because that's what we did. We were like, "Where's Starlink? Look, we gotta get some better internet out here."
So on the internet thing, real quick, God, I don't know if you hit all of it and all that stuff, but we were paying $150 a month on internet, and it's like, I don't know if that's like good or bad or anything, but we haven't changed it for years and years and years because it worked. I found out that it was 400 megabytes per second at $150 a month, and for Xfinity for $70 a month, it was 1,000 megabytes per second. So it's twice as fast of internet for half as much.
You guys are getting railroaded. What is happening?
Yeah. It was.
Now you're really gonna be rolling in it. You're gonna be like Scrooge McDuck with all the like leftover money.
With an extra $60 a month, think of all the suits Steven is gonna buy.
All the suits, custom stitching.
We did, or I did, buy a purple suit specifically just for Leviathan Snake stuff, so we can show up to a show in a purple suit.
He's like, "Do you think Troy will get mad at me and think I copied him?"
Yeah.
Troy is gonna be mad. Troy, are you gonna be mad at Steven?
They're not as cool as Troy's suits, though. It's just purple. That's all it is.
I don't think anybody can have the fashion that Troy does.
Yeah.
I will say, of the Partho reels that I've made, my favorite is the one I did for Troy's episode because he looks cool as shit in that reel. Honestly, I wish somebody would make a reel like that of me.
I'm gonna go see what Wyatt is doing.
Yeah. In Daytona, I'll just like follow you around and take a bunch of clips of you. Like do like a nice little.
Please, I need that video. You know what I mean? Like
I'm actually gonna make a fan page for you. I'm your biggest fan, so I'm gonna make a fan page just for you.
Get on it.
Do you have a fan page yet? I feel like you should.
No, I just have a Facebook.
Anybody that's in your Patreon, make a fan page for Courtney. She deserves it.
Guys. I do. But yeah, so Molly, how was your week?
Not bad. Will and I have been gone for like a month from our apartment, so we've been traveling a bunch. We just got back this past weekend, but I went to Vegas. Not this past week.
Las Vegas.
Vegas.
The Vegas.
Found Vegas. Yeah.
I went to Vegas, and that was a great time. It felt like an oven, but it really wasn't that bad. It was hot.
You went to Vegas in July. I think I was there in June once. Couldn't.
It wasn't bad. Like I was in the pool like the heat of the day, and I could lay out there for hours. Like the pool makes it perfect. But no,
So
it was
were you
great.
stalking Steve Irwin's kids, or did you go for a different reason?
No, I'm not like my boss. So I wasn't stalking Steve Irwin's kids. I was just going to go just for fun. I'd never been before. It was my first time. So it was fun. I think I would go back. But like one thing I learned, I feel like, is once you've seen, because like when I'm first there, you want to like walk around to all the different casinos, but then like once you've been to one, you've been.
They're all exactly the same.
They're the exact same. So yeah,
and the way they make them, they have everything in every casino, so you never even have to leave.
Everything. Speaking of Vegas,
Yeah, he heard the Vegas. How many hot dogs did you eat while you were in Vegas, Molly?
I didn't eat any hot dogs.
Are you in bed?
Welcome,
Unbelievable.
Famous boss.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Are you in bed right now?
He's in the fancy chair.
He's in his cool chair.
Okay, first off, I'm in the chair that you recently complimented. Second off, I was literally sitting on the couch, housing some empanadas, watching House of Dragon when Molly called and interrupted my delightful evening. So, hashtag warrior for even being here, okay?
I did tell her not to call me if it makes you feel better.
Here's what I said. I said, you don't have to join. And you said, I'll be there. Give me 10 minutes. So that's not my fault.
It felt like you needed me, if we're being honest. The call was... Oh God, that's so bright. Whoops, mistakes were made. The call felt like, for the love of God, please get on here because I don't want to talk to Steven.
Turns out Molly hates Steven.
Yeah.
So Patrick, how many did you have today?
How many hot dogs?
How many clutches did you have?
How many hot dogs?
Badass. Come on.
I'm sorry. When I got in, y'all were talking about hot dogs, so I thought we transitioned there. The answer is 0 hot dogs. 4 yesterday, though. Today, how many? I'm not lying. I don't know how to feel about that all of a sudden. Am I fat? Maybe. I don't know. Okay. How many clutches today? 3 clutches? 2 or 3 clutches? I can't remember. 2 or 3.
How many eggs?
A lot, like 25. It was.
Wow.
Yeah. It was one girl. So one girl laid 10, another girl laid 8 or 9, and then I think there was a third clutch, and I'm pretty sure she was like 6 or 7, maybe. But either way, like minimum of 18 eggs. I think it was closer to 25 though.
Matt, just wait until you have so many clutches you can't even remember how many eggs you get in a day.
We had a girl lay yesterday that gave us 14, 15. It was a big clutch. So yeah, things are rolling. They're going.
Patrick, I'm gonna quick thing. Your mic, I think its gain is a little too high because you're clipping.
Okay. What do you want me to do?
The producer is on stage, so now he has to give us the notes.
Yeah. Is this good now? What do you want me to do, Steven? I just work here.
So it's a Yeti. On the back side of it, there's going to be a knob that says gain. If you can turn it down.
Anyways, Courtney, it was a very dry heat. But when I walked out, it felt like an oven.
We'll see.
Okay.
I did have to turn my volume down when Patrick came on, so I'm going to turn it back up now that he's fixed that.
Look, naturally, I'm just obnoxious and loud. Am I still loud?
No, he's still entirely too loud.
No, you're fine.
Okay, how about now? Is that better?
It's getting better.
Patrick, are we both wearing
You'll get there.
Canova / Justin
Jay Kabilka
today?
I'm wearing throwback Kabilka gear. For those who don't know, the original, I can't get that far, JKR shirts.
So you have a comforter on. That's why I thought you were in bed.
Oh, my comfort pillow. Yeah.
Oh, it's a pillow.
It's a pillow. Yeah. it's my Slytherin pillow my mother got me. I've been dealing with some anxiety stuff, so I've been getting some things to like help me through life. I just bought a weighted blanket. So I suppose those are going to really help me. I hope.
Courtney,
I love a weighted blanket. I love a weighted blanket.
How heavy is yours?
The heaviest one I could get.
Do you know a weight or just like 600 pounds?
No. I think it's like 25 pounds.
Okay. I got a 20 pounder. And we'll see. It's supposed to help with anxiety and like help you get to sleep. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, here's the dealio. I am very anxious, and that did not change when I had a weighted blanket, but it is
Do you-
so comfy cozy.
It is
Do
very
you
comfortable.
sleep better with it though?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I need. I just need to be able to sleep at this point because honestly, I've been going like the past 3 weeks on like a couple hours of sleep a night, and that's low for even me. And it's been
I
a
think it's
struggle
the
bus.
misdeeds, the misdeeds you do during the day that keep you up at night, Patrick. I don't have that issue.
Touche.
I have a quick thing on blankets. Not quite a weighted blanket, but a heated blanket. Right? So
My parents are watching tonight, Steven.
All right, so it was Christmas, you see. And this was, I don't know, what, 2 years ago, 3-ish years ago at this point?
I was pregnant, so
Courtney's pregnant. She's like 7 months pregnant coming up for this. All right, and for this Christmas. And she sits me down and she's like, hey, I just wanted to like have a talk with you because like with me
I didn't
being-
say have a talk with you.
with me being pregnant, like I know it's not really comfortable and all of that stuff, and I don't want like I have different like wants and needs than you do, and I just want to make sure that you're okay. So I was going to say, do you want your Christmas present early? And I'm like, did you get me a pocket receipt? Like, is what I'm thinking. And she's like, she freaks out about it. She goes up, she got me a heated blanket because I like it hotter than she does. And the way she led up to it.
Hold on, okay? Because for you to get to that conclusion, there's backstory to that point.
So
and that's what we need to talk about.
That is, I would have not expected you to say. You could have said anything else.
I did word it really wrong. I was like, hey, I got you a gift. I don't want you to like take it the wrong way though. Because what's going on is like I am uncomfortable all the time. And like my body's changing right now. I'm always uncomfortable. And I don't want you to be uncomfortable, but I also don't want things the way you want them right now, meaning the temperature of the house.
But what conversation between y'all went from I want things slightly different than you to Steven going, so you finally got me like the Pussy Pounder 3000? Like,
no. I don't like that word. I don't like it. I think
let's say okay. If we say anything at all, we'll say
the kitty cat. Okay.
I should have rephrased this. I should have said like, you got me another. Like, but we're kidding, Molly.
What, Molly,
I'm so glad I got on tonight. Jesus Christ.
I need a certified adult here.
Okay, so first off, Molly is the head of HR at Chimera currently. What violations are we breaking here? Can we start there?
So many.
Okay.
Really quick, it looks like Patrick is a toddler who's like hanging out on the top, trying to get to the top of the table.
He's like, "Hey guys, you guys have a hot dog? I got a hot dog, please."
I've only had 4 this week.
My
all
mom
of
said
them
I
yesterday.
could have a hot dog if you did.
All of them yesterday.
And yesterday
I had hot dogs
Sunday.
for lunch and dinner. Fuck off, okay?
That's worse, Patrick. That's worse than you doing it all at once. It's a 2-day week so far. You've eaten 4 hot dogs
so far.
Patrick polishes off like a whole pack of Eckrich Farms, like as soon as he gets it. Like it's gone.
I'm not doing
Oscar
well,
Mayer
guys.
is scared of Patrick.
I'm not doing well. Oh, I'm just getting by, guys. I'm just getting by right now.
Anyway, we had an 11-egg clutch yesterday, so we beat you in that sense.
Nice. Well, except for that I had like a 14-egger, but it's fine.
Oh, did you say that? I missed it.
Yeah.
Courtney, I was so with you. I was like, "Yeah, you go, girl."
I remember you saying 10 eggs and like 5 eggs. But
That was today.
Okay. We had 5 eggs today. So.
Nice. Okay. Well, where were they from? Maybe y'all's clutch is more valuable than ours.
Shut up, Patrick. Anyway,
More
so
bells.
let's move on.
More bells.
So yesterday,
I love talking to Courtney so much. She makes me feel so much better as a ball python breeder.
So yesterday, the clutch that we had yesterday, what it was is we bought one of our first girls we bought was a Pastave female. A Pastave het clown female.
Hashtag
And
powerhouse.
Yeah. Yeah, well, at the time you couldn't get any
I'm gonna mute
adult
that.
ready to breed
Hold on.
females. So we bought her, we bred her. She gave us 9 eggs. 3 of them were not viable. Like they were completely kinked and deformed in the egg, couldn't come out of the egg. And then 3 of them were like missing eyes. And so
Oh,
then we had
flag.
3 good ones, and none of them were clown. So she was not a
Compared to a
clown.
visual clown.
So she wasn't het clown, and there was 6 out of 9 eggs had deformities. So we wanted to breed her again just to make sure that it didn't have anything to do with her before we sold her. So we bred her again this year. She didn't go. We didn't breed her last year because we found out she's a pastave, and we didn't really have anything we wanted to do with her. But this year we figured we'd just pair her to our butter Mojave. Anything that she passes Mojave onto will be a bell, and then we'll know if she needs to be sold as pet only or she could be sold as a proven breeder.
Did y'all test her to confirm that she's not het, or are you just assuming?
Yup. We wasted that good old shed test on a pastave het clown.
That's
Or
okay.
a pastave not het clown. Like,
Out
Yeah,
of
I mean-
9 eggs, no clowns. I don't
yeah,
even
we
feel
did.
like we had to shed test her.
I would say you absolutely do. I mean, look,
Didn't,
like
though.
what? Well, yeah. It turns out you
I
were
was
right. Yeah, you were, but that like, I think sometimes like we assume like 9 eggs in the grand scheme of things like isn't actually that many, and especially depending on what you're pairing
The
it
grand
to.
scheme of things.
Well,
And
no,
all of
like
Universe, man.
yeah, well, like genetics
If you're
in general
comparing 9
deals
eggs
in
to the
large
top
numbers,
population.
right? Like we deal with large numbers on the odds. So like it took Justin 60 plus eggs before he hit a sumapide. You know, he was far enough down that rabbit trail that he thought that the sumapide looked like a mahogany pied. So I think sometimes we jump the gun a little early on assuming like, oh, we got a clutch and it was 8 eggs and I missed. Like sometimes
but
odds
it's a
just
coin
suck.
flip from a het to a visual. It's a coin flip, and I feel like if I flip a coin 9 times and I get like 9 different coins, not 9 of the same coin in a row. I know how probability works. If I pick up 9 different quarters and flip them 9 different times and they all land on heads, I'd lose my mind. That'd be
But it happens,
incredible.
right?
Courtney,
But
were
it
you
happens.
thinking that
I
was
don't
going to
think
correct you right there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did. I absolutely thought he was going to be like, actually, that's not the same thing.
The
because they
doctor.
all
No,
have
because
eggs
to be
together."
fair, like I appreciate the gambler's fallacy on that, right? Like where people try to group in odds, and I understand. Like it is in theory, it's a 50-50 shot each animal. I understand, like that is true. But that being said, that means you have a 50-50 shot on each animal of missing, which is still doable.
Yeah, but
I guess I'm just saying I think we give up sometimes a little early on whether stuff proves out or not, and that's why generally like. I can't think for sure if we've had one specific kind of like similar to this where I've been like, no, just wait another year. But I've definitely had clutches myself where like she didn't prove out the first year. And I was like, well, we'll see what happens next year.
I think what else goes into it is we bought her off of someone who I don't know even like, because again, it was probably the 4th animal we bought. And I think we bought her.
There's layers to it. Yeah. There's layers to it.
I wasn't
Like,
not that I
like
wasn't
an ogre.
surprised, but
I have a question for the group. All right. You have an animal that you know for a fact is het for whatever the gene is that you want to do. How many years in a row do you breed that animal where you do not get any of the visuals from it? Like where you're just like, this animal's cursed and I'm done with it. Like,
what are you saying?
it's like, let's say you have a het puzzle, all right? You breed this het puzzle. First year, you get 9 eggs, no puzzles. You paired to a visual puzzle. Next year, you get 10 eggs paired to a visual puzzle, no puzzles. Third year, 11 eggs paired to a visual puzzle, no puzzle. How many years in a row? And you know that they're het puzzle, like because you've tested all that stuff.
She lays. So she lays every year.
Yeah.
How many eggs does she give me every year?
We'll say
Apparently 15, according to Steven.
Yeah.
15 every year? Yeah, I never stop breeding her, ever.
Just keep going until
I've got a normal in my collection that lays 13 eggs every year, and I will keep breeding her until I don't have space. I mean, like...
So do you want this pastave if we decide to sell her?
No.
She gave us 11 eggs.
No. I've got, we've got some animals that, like, if they lay every single year, we more or less know when they're going to lay, how many eggs they're going to lay, some of those females actually are really nice because you can, those are bill paying clutches, right? Where you're like, I'm going to put this really high end animal. There's probably not going to be any holdbacks from this clutch. And if I'm going to get 13 animals and I can average $1,500 an animal, like you can still make 10, 20K off of, a normal female with the right males and stuff. So for us, especially while we're still expanding, it doesn't make sense to get rid of females really for the most part until you hit the threshold that you want to be at and you need to start pruning. Like the value you get on a female that lays every single year with good sized clutches is hard to beat because like if I sold that normal female right now, best case scenario, I get like $300 and it just doesn't make sense financially.
Yeah, I think that is very much
businessman boss. That, ladies and gentlemen, there he is. Business smarts.
Sometimes. That being said, I wouldn't breed a Pastavi because it has pastel and that cuts half the clutch and all that good stuff.
Not when
so
it's a
I don't
bell
blame
clutch.
you. Yeah, well, the bell clutch helps though, right? Because the pastel doesn't affect the bell at all. So that's good.
So it's perfect with her being Mojave, and we paired her to a butter Mojave. So anything she passes Mojave onto.
I think the bigger issue here is you have a breeder butter Mojave male.
Yeah, he makes all our bells.
How many? I know we joke about that. How many bells do you make a year?
This will be our fifth clutch.
Fifth clutch of bells?
Are we going down the bell rabbit hole? I feel like we have this conversation.
No, I've never asked actual numbers. These numbers are okay.
So we have had 4. This will be our 4th bell clutch this year. We have a Super Mystic, a Super Mystic Super Pastel, and a Super Pastel Mystic. So all of them are Mystic, and they all go to our butter Mojave. And this is the first year that they've all bred, that they've all gone. And our plan is to sell the Super Pastel Mystic Girl and now the Pastave. The only reason we bred the Pastave this year was to make sure we could sell her as a proven breeder and that somebody wouldn't buy her and like get another disaster clutch like we did and then be like, Leviathan sold us the snake that they knew would do that. So that's the only reason we paired her. And what else would we pair her to, and then the other
thing actually, but yeah, I get it.
And then the other 3, those were intentional, and we'll be doing 2 next year. So
I like it. Okay, yeah,
but we haven't had any issues selling the bells or the.
Well, no, I mean they're a great look. We're not doing exactly the same with hog noses, but like I bought a good group of leucistic hog noses, and the whole purpose was they're great pets and they're easy to move. And they look pretty. And I think bells fall into the same kind of realm, right? Yeah. They look pretty. They're good pets. People are going to buy them at shows. So like, I get it. I would, there's probably not it's not an animal I would target, but also like, I'm very aware, like if we hit them, they're going to sell. I mean, we hit bell pieds on accident and, they sold great. So like, and that's like making a solid white snake the hard way. Like that's just dumb.
We have more like pet owners who specifically follow us and like reach out asking for things like bananas and bells, like in the local area, or people who want to meet us at shows. So we have a pretty good, like we don't hold on to bananas or bells very long at all. And we don't sell them only at shows. We have people reaching out to us for them. And I think that's just because that's the audience that we have. They see the pretty bells on an Instagram picture. They're like, how much is this? I want one. Yeah. And it's relatively affordable. And so they're very easy for us to move.
No, I think it's good. It is a good market to tap into. I mean, I like we crap on the lower end snakes a lot. It's a joke, but like it is a good market. I mean, there's and it's a consistent market. Yeah.
I feel like that when it comes to bells, specifically bells on the really any side, what everybody's trying to do on the high end side is make a beautiful snake that ages perfectly. And once they hit that, it's like, okay, cool. I made it. That is what the bell is. It's just been around for long enough that it's gotten down to the pet price point. Like it looks exactly the same as a baby as it does an adult. They're beautiful. Like I remember Courtney's dad, who's not a reptile person, is going through and we're showing him off all the different animals. And he's like, you guys like all these colors. See, I like something simple. I like that one right there. I'm different. And he points to a bell. And it's like, so does everybody else. But hold on, I just pulled out my headphones real quick.
Steven's getting
How
like super
embarrassing.
into the bells. He's like, he's getting all worked up.
Yeah.
Yes. We oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that when it comes to bells, we can pretty consistently sell bells from $300 to $350 today in 2024, which is the exact same price that we paid for our bell mail in 2019, 2020. And it's super stable market. You compare a bell to a bell, make a whole clutch, let's just say 6 babies, $300 a piece. Maybe you paid $600 for the parents. Very first clutch, you're making, what is that, $1,800? Like, you're not going to quit your day job off of it, but it's a positive ROI.
Oh yeah. The question is, how many bells do you think you can move at that?
4 or 5 clutches.
Do you think that's about it?
We might be able to do more. I mean, like, Will Banks.
I'm not saying how many could you produce or should. I'm saying, like, let's say I gave Steven and Courtney 200 bells tomorrow. Do you think like you could sell those in like 5 months, or like it would take a year?
5 months, yes. But like,
okay, that's what I'm getting at. What do you think the demand is for like y'all?
So when we don't have any bells available, we end up putting people on a wait list.
Whoa, you got a bell wait list?
Yes.
So I think
we
I'm
have
actually thinking the bells. He's like, write this
audience.
down, write this down.
And so we have wait lists for freeways. We have wait lists for banana combos. We have wait lists for literally somebody asked us if we would be making any chocolate clowns this year. And we're like, actually, maybe. So they're on a wait list. Like,
it's a little
like,
pricey for you guys.
So like that is like we have stuff like that. What's up? My dad's in the chat.
Well, we should talk afterwards then. I mean, because like not
wholesaling your wholesale buying your bells, Patrick.
Why not?
We got 5 pitches of them.
Okay, but you got a wait list. You don't want more?
Well, we don't have a wait list right now. We have a couple.
This seems like a good after the show conversation. Who's excited for Daytona? I'm really excited. Anyone want?
My dad is also excited for Daytona. He's coming. Who wants to meet my dad? Venmo me $1.
I'm gonna meet your dad. I want to meet your dad.
Molly,
you know what? Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, Molly, when are you guys getting into Daytona?
Thursday late evening, I think. Okay. Don't quote me on that. I'm not driving. So I don't know.
Who's driving?
Chase. I'm driving to Chase's, and then
I was like, is he picking you up from Indiana?
No, I'm driving to Chase's.
Out of his way?
Then,
okay.
I'm riding with Chase to Daytona.
Yep.
So, whenever Chase wants to leave.
We are also getting in Thursday, but it'll probably be like afternoon dinner time on Thursday, and I'm stoked about it because Daytona is my favorite show.
I asked off all day Thursday, so we can leave as early as we want.
You don't like Daytona, Patrick? What's wrong with Daytona?
You need to stop. Okay, no.
Patrick is so bougie. He's like, Daytona?
No, Daytona is a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd say it's my favorite show.
It's my favorite.
Fast clubs don't train.
Everything. Yeah,
so,
you need to stop.
So the thing is, for national level shows that we've been to, we have been to Daytona, we've been to Tinley. I love Tinley. Tinley's fun. And Tinley has, because of like the time of the year, October Tinley, like the best hatchlings for that season. But Tinley is super crowded. Illinois is a straight up garbage state. I'm allowed to say it because I'm from Illinois.
Versus Florida?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not from
Florida's
Illinois,
way better.
but
It's
I will
on the
say that
beach.
confidently.
There's a Taylor Swift song about Florida, not about Illinois.
Okay, what is that? Do we want to go down that rabbit trail? No, it is not.
It's good. She sings it.
Yeah.
All right,
Florida.
So you know every word.
Of course, it's terrible.
I very much like Tinley. Illinois is not a destination place. Like that's not a place people go to vacation.
Yeah, it's like the slightly nicer Indiana. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Florida is, and also on the venue in Tinley, it's too crowded. Like you can't actually really talk to anybody there because you're in people's way. In Florida, at least Daytona, you can hang out and you can talk and you can like get to enjoy.
And there are no marks in Tinley Park. The entire city.
Raced away in Margaritaville, folks.
Oh yeah, you're right. There's Margaritaville. Where's Margaritaville?
Patrick said we're not allowed to go. So we're not.
Patrick, you are just Can somebody get him off of here? He is bringing down the vibe.
Chimera's not going. Look, Chimera's not paying for Margaritaville. We can do better. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he's like, we're gonna go to better places to eat, and I'm like, how dare you? Let me have my slop and enjoy my Florida fun. Okay?
Do you know what? Do you know what Molly is the most excited about Daytona, guys? Do you know?
Cafe.
No. Getting Daytona Wings at Hooters in Daytona. The amount of text messages I have
It's a
of
family
the
establishment.
guys, the level. I told my wife the other day, I was like, so apparently we got to go to Hooters in Daytona. And she's like, why? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to text Molly real fast for you and you can read the message yourself. Molly, like fucking Cotton Eye Joe comes swinging in. She's like, there's going to get some Daytona Wings in Daytona.
Okay, but you can get Daytona Wings in Daytona. I'm sorry, but that sounds just fun. I don't care who you are.
I don't know what a Daytona wing is, but there's also a lot of strip clubs, Molly. In case you wanted to do
No,
that.
Why did you say that as if Molly is an aficionado of the strip
I
club?
just want to
Because she's from Indiana.
Hooters. That's where I draw the line with my women. All right.
When we were at Daytona last year, we went out to dinner with a big group of people, and afterwards they went out, and I think somebody the next day posted like a picture of themselves at IHOP or something. They had
No, it was Waffle House. It was a Waffle House. At like 2 a.m.
The picture was of them at IHOP. I went back and
that doesn't sound right. Daytona isn't nice enough to have IHOPs.
Stop. So the next day at the show, I couldn't remember who it was who I saw at the restaurant with. No, Steven, stop. You're ruining the picture because Josh wasn't the one who posted the picture.
Okay.
Anyway, stop interrupting. You're not telling it right. So the person had posted, I saw the picture and then I forgot who posted it. So we had gone out with a big group of people and we walked over by Josh's table and I was like, oh, did y'all go to Waffle House last night after dinner? And he's like, yeah, we went to Waffle House. And I was like, okay, why are you being weird about it? Like, that's fine. And he's just losing his mind laughing. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then we went over to Justin from Morph Jungle. And I said, again, I was like, oh, was it you guys who went to Waffle House last night? And he's like, my girlfriend would have killed me if I'd gone to Waffle House, if I'd done that last night. And I was like, oh,
what's going on at the Waffle House? Hold on.
We all know what waffle is code for, right?
And I was like so confused. Oh, that's what Josh was like. That's so funny. I've never heard it called that. And I was like, Waffle House? Anyway, they all went to the strip club afterwards and they thought I was being crass. And it turns out it was Brock had gone to get IHOP, and I was just walking around asking everybody.
So hold on, did Steven go to Waffle House with them, or was he hanging out with the family?
I tried to get him to go so that everyone wouldn't be like, oh, Courtney doesn't let Steven go to strip clubs. But you know what he did? He said, oh, sorry guys, Courtney won't let me go.
Smart move.
Like,
yeah.
We will have HR violation if we even attempt to go to one of those. But I don't believe I don't believe that's in our stops.
It's not in the stops. I was traumatized relatively early on in my adult life where I had a friend that worked, his like office space was above a strip club. And so I would have to go through there like to get him in the middle of the day when the lights are all on. And it was just a sad situation. Like you walk in, it's just like disappointment and sorrow everywhere. So I think I kind
of felt that at the casinos. Like when I saw slot machines, and they're just going like this, like lifeless.
There's no joy. No.
They're just I feel so sad.
Yeah.
I feel like that walking around Repticon sometimes.
Well, that's a whole different story.
So there's a different story on Repticon that we can talk about, even though we're literally just telling stories and hanging out. This is just us on a phone call. This isn't even like
it's because our guests, for those of you who are just joining us, our guests, unfortunately, were laying pipe and something.
There was a problem with the plumbing, they said. There was like
they were laying pipe? Because that's not code.
Yeah, Andrew and Jacob. Yeah,
I need like a guest canceled overlay. Just like write big bold letters.
Yep.
I think that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I'm excited for Daytona. Even though
excited for
Patrick
Daytona.
keeps being a pessimist about it.
No, Daytona is going to be a lot of fun. I
Oh,
just think that you make bad choices on where we should go. But Daytona is going to be
Hooters
fun.
is a fine establishment,
Yeah.
and it is a perfect place for us to go. You get Daytona Wings in Daytona.
Stephen and Courtney, do y'all frequent Hooters?
Yes, all the time. All the time.
So you're familiar
Actually-
with Daytona Wings?
No, I think I've been to Hooters once my entire life.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
a
never
liar.
been.
You
I've never been.
have?
I have no honor. I'm sorry I lied to you, Patrick. Please forgive me.
Yeah, I've never been, so I don't even really know what to expect here. But apparently, this is like literally manna from heaven. So we'll find out.
I didn't say
My
that.
parents
You
are
say
wilding
Daytona.
out in the comments, by the way.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying it is a good time, and that's it.
Whoa.
This is Courtney's mom, by the way. Who's
Whoa.
going to be at Margaritaville all day while they're in Daytona. So,
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm uncomfortable with a parent coming in and making comments like that. I'm gonna be
Are you
honest.
Are you going to make an
That's
HR
what I'm
complaint?
talking about. Hooters is
What
a
is
family
baseball white
establishment.
cap out?
I have no
just
Tried
idea.
to put an emoji and it got weird. All right.
You know, when I was a kid, I used to hula hoop with the Hooters girls. We would go, and all the girls would be like, "Oh, what a cute little kid," and I was like, "Yeah, let's hula hoop."
How much time did your family spend at Hooters?
We don't need to discuss that.
Oh my god, Molly! Jesus.
I hula
Christ.
hooped with the Hooters girls when I was a kid. I have great memories.
Molly's so much cooler than me. I didn't hula hoop. I had the skip jump. That's what I was all about. And
That's
the
pretty
pogo
cool.
stick.
Yeah, that's cool.
They didn't ask me to do it at Hooters.
Were your parents taking you to Hooters on a constant basis?
It wasn't
Nope.
a constant basis.
If you're
All right.
hula hooping with the waitresses, you're going there too much.
They have hula hoops at every single one, so don't start with me.
Did you
Okay?
know how to do the stool trick, Molly?
Wait a minute.
No.
Are we hula hooping with waitresses then?
No, they do it. but because I was a
Daytona just
kid,
got
it was like cute.
spicy.
Yeah, no, you just said that they have hula hoops, everyone. Are we going to do it? I'll hula
You
hoop.
get trespassed. No, it's for the
You're
girls.
gonna trust
We'll
us.
bring our own.
They're on hula hoops. Hey, watch
Yeah.
this, lady. Hold on.
Yeah, no, we'll get them and then we'll ask if we can hula hoop with them. You want to do this?
No,
think-
Why?
Patrick,
no.
bringing your own hula hoop to hula hoop with the Hooters
It's
waitresses.
cute when you're a
is like-
kid. As an adult, you're a creep. Okay.
Yeah, of
Especially with
course.
a beard like that, Patrick.
Yeah. Are you
Wait.
gonna clean up before Daytona? It might
Wait,
get
hold
hot
on.
out there.
Hold on. Guys, I'm bringing a fucking hula hoop with me, okay?
Alright, hold on. All right,
We're not
Patrick,
going to
I want
Hooters
you
anymore. You did
think
it.
about this.
Got me.
from a different perspective. You go
Uh-huh.
to the Hooters waitresses, the Hooters
Uh-huh.
servers,
Uh-huh.
and you bring your own hula hoop to
Yeah.
hula hoop with them.
Uh-huh.
This is like going, like random new breeder going up to Justin, being like, "Look at my bell clutch I hatched out." Like,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you
What's
communicate
wrong
with
with that?
Justin. I know how awkward it is. I get it. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen y'all's conversations. I get it.
Yeah.
It would be funny. Think about the content. Molly and I walk in with hula hoops and we're like, hey, ladies,
That's
we're
not
here.
happening. I quit.
If you want me to pay for Hooters, we're hula hooping in the Hooters.
I have Chase. It's
I
fine.
have Chase.
I can't wait to see Patrick on the front page of the Daytona Slammer.
Man brought hula hoop into Hooters.
What
Get
a
harassed.
trespass for being a creep at Hooters. Hey, ladies, let me get my hoop out for you. Hold on.
Hey, boo, I got a hoop. Can I hula with you?
Can
I do think
hula
that-
with you?
Since you groomed recently, they would drop the
Fuzzy.
homeless on there. You wouldn't.
Thank
have
you.
The homeless
Yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
you
be
can-
cleaned up.
you can
It'll be
clean
cleaned up a little
before
bit.
Yeah, before Daytona. So then
I'm actually-
you're probably gonna get a little toasty if you don't. Like,
I'm actually going to like a proper hairdresser right before Daytona. So yeah, it's going to get all cleaned up.
Steven is as well. He'll be going to Row from Inked Lady Morphs.
Nice.
There's a little lightning bolt
you
on
guys
the
do a
side of
little
his
crossover.
You're right.
Get some
you're right.
content out of that.
I'm going to my wife's hairdresser, so this will be new for me. I'm excited. It'll be good.
Does she go to Row from Inked Lady Morphs?
She does
in
not. No.
Georgia?
No, not normally. Yeah, not
She
normally.
should.
Oh,
The,
I have a
the
funny
commute
story.
is a little bit of an issue.
So Ro cut our 9-year-old's hair at the beginning of the summer, and she gave him a little lightning bolt because I always ask them at Walmart, and they say they don't do that. So Ro did it for. He's 9. What they all the haircuts look the same, except for when Ro does it, in which case it looked fantastic. And he had a lightning bolt on the side of his head. And then we went to Bob's birthday party, and he went swimming, and he was like crying. Maybe not crying, but really upset. Like, oh, I washed my lightning bolt off, and it was pretty cute. It was still there.
Are you sponsored by Ro? Because you're like, it was wonderful. It was fantastic.
There was a lot there, right? Like the haircuts by Ro, and then also like the subtle little flex of I went to Bob's birthday party. I got invited, y'all didn't. Yeah, that was good.
You didn't get invited?
Molly got invited. She couldn't make it though.
Yeah,
that makes
sense. Did you not get invited, Patrick? Oh, that makes sense.
I wasn't able to go because
it was a pool party.
Apparently, I bully people too much. I don't know what that's about.
You never had any qualms with me going.
All right, real quick. I've told Courtney this like, I don't know, 2 or 3 nights ago. You and Courtney have the exact same personality. Exactly the same.
God,
of just,
thoughts and prayers, Steven, than Jesus. My wife's a fucking trooper for dealing with me. Yeah. Steven, I am sorry then, because having to deal with me is just impossible. My wife is a saint. Courtney, do better. Do better.
Interested is because I understand.
Amelia deserves the world.
I understand when Courtney does the like conceited flex things that it's really deflection because she's uncomfortable. So it makes me curious about what things are you insecure about that you are deflecting on through.
I told you at the beginning of the episode I bought a weighted blanket to deal with anxiety. I'm uncomfortable with everything in life.
Patrick is like also the most secure person I've ever met though. Like he's like, you want me to put on a Power Ranger suit, like skin tight? Yeah, sure, why not?
Should I jump in a cold pod for a reel?
Like you are the most secure person I know, so I don't know what he would be insecure about.
But to me, I think that's like he's secure about stuff like that because he doesn't care. Because on the inside, there's like nihilistic tendencies. That's like none of this matters, and I like.
Yeah, I mean, like real talk. I struggle with imposter syndrome a lot. I have ever since grad school. I mean, I deal with a lot of insecurities in that sense. You're right, Molly. Like and Steven, you kind of hit it too. Like. That stuff doesn't matter to me. Like, I don't care. Like, whatever. Like, so what? It's funny. It's content. Real life shit is where like things kind of get to me. But you know, there's a lot of insecurities. That's very fair, very normal. I think a lot of people have insecurities, right?
My insecurity is that I don't do a good enough job for Patrick, so I call him every day, and I'm like,
for Patrick,
and I'm like, every day I'm like, am I getting fired? And he's like, no, it's fine. Please stop.
Yeah,
he paid your brother to misspell my name on a promo, so I think you're fine.
The bar is pretty low.
I think maybe if he fires Eli, then maybe start getting worried. But while he's still got,
I do have to text Molly when I'm going to give like any form of criticism and just be like, I need you to emotionally, spiritually, and physically prepare for mild criticism within 10 minutes.
I need to tell everyone, I promise, he said that exact phrase, like word by word. That's exactly how he said it to me. Like, I need you to be physically, emotionally, and spiritually prepared for mild criticism. And I'm like, oh, I'm getting fired. What did I do?
She spirals so quickly, guys. It's pretty humorous. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's good.
So are you guys also going to the Charlotte show, AARPE?
We are, yeah.
Awesome. Molly, are you going as well?
No.
Okay. Molly, we have a banner that we made for you. It's behind Courtney right now for the Charlotte show. What date is it?
Hold on.
We're just being it's like the weekend after
SERE.
Yeah, which doesn't help you at all. It's like middle of September. That said, I do want to say that Chris is making fun of us because apparently we only know each other and we do
only know each other.
Just so you know, Chris, we got a phone call at 7:55. 7:55 that our guest would not be available. So we had time to call the guy in the living room.
Chris called me as well this afternoon to be like, so do y'all only know each other? And I was like, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was like, they keep saying yes, so we're just going to keep going to that well if we need to.
We should have begged Chris. It feels like we're always just available.
Chris would have done it. Chris would jump on right now if we let him.
Absolutely. Don't let him in. Don't do it. Just kidding. Chris, you can come on. It's fine.
We only have 10 minutes.
Is that it? God, this
Molly's
is.
Molly's like, I have an hour and then I'm done. I'm
It's
out.
so hard. I have fun. I have so much fun. But after an hour, I'm like, I get like I hit a brick wall. I hit a point.
She's like, he's not paying me for more than an hour, so I'm out.
My contract was ended. Okay.
Yeah, she was contracted to do an
We're not
hour.
actually friends. Okay, it's business. I'm kidding.
God, not the first time that phrase has been used recently.
Oh man.
Too soon. Too soon.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway.
yeah, it's good.
So, at Daytona itself. So you guys are getting in on Thursday.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any plans besides Margaritaville all weekend long?
I'm
besides
laying
that,
out,
like if you,
and then when Patrick drags me to network, that's what you get.
so you guys going to the like auction show? Are you guys coming to our, like informal Patreon get together Friday night?
Didn't even know that was a thing. Where's that?
He's not invited.
He's invited.
I'm in your Patreon.
Yeah, he's in the Patreon. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the DMs.
Yeah, but
that I haven't read.
Yeah, it'll be the like we're just gonna be getting drinks at the bar afterwards. After like
so the informal Patreon get together is actually just the standard every breeder get together at Daytona.
We have a Patreon meetup for our depending on what tier you're in, we're like paying for dinner, and then after that, anybody's welcome.
Yeah, we're just gonna be.
Where y'all going to dinner?
Owners.
Steel City Pizza, I think is what it is.
So y'all cheaped out. Okay. Yeah, I got it. I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. No, that sounds good. That sounds good.
The place everyone goes to in Tinley.
What's the what?
The butcher. What's the Tinley restaurant that everyone
Primal
goes
Cut.
to?
Primal Cut.
Oh,
yeah,
we don't have primal money.
Cut.
Yeah, we don't have primal money.
We don't have Primal Cut money.
Neither do I. It's fine. Yeah, we're probably gonna do the steakhouse at the hotel on Friday night.
And for those who have never been to Daytona before, you probably do need a reservation, and you should go ahead and make it now if you want.
Yeah, definitely. And then there's a couple of we got some DMs on Instagram with some people, I guess, starting new podcasts or that want to do some audio clips and stuff like that with us. So we're gonna do some informal stuff like that, but a lot of it's just gonna be networking, walking around the show, talking to people, meeting customers. And then we have some dinners and lunches planned, and then it's just kind of hanging out. It's not this trip for us isn't as much of a work trip. Like we still do some work, but this is more. This started as a boys' trip that females invaded. So
good.
Patrick never asked, like, actually was like, hey, do you want to go to Daytona? I was just like, hey, Chase is going, so I'm going to Daytona too. See you there.
And somehow.
Do you guys have breakfast plans? I don't think we have breakfast plans.
We have a baby.
True.
We have a baby.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna get breakfast at the Starlight Diner, which is right across the street from where we eat. It's a nice little breakfast place.
Should get a reservation for them. The place is always packed.
Yeah.
However, the Burger King never has a line.
True.
I've heard Burger King has honestly been smacking lately.
You know who has like a banging breakfast is Wendy's.
I exclusively eat Chick-fil-A breakfast. So
all right.
But one of the days we should get breakfast. I don't know where at, but we'll figure it out, whether it's Friday or Saturday.
We've got some good recommendations in the chat. And also Josh Fisher's only going to be at the Southeast Reptile Expo, which we will also be vending.
Are you guys doing Southeast or
no?
I know that's a bit of a drive for you guys because that's down in Atlanta.
Patrick's still mad that he wasn't invited to Bob's birthday party.
I mean, we don't really vend a lot to begin with, so that's just it's more of a trek than we would do anyway. Just know it. Maybe in the future we might go to it and hang out. I don't know what all is going to happen with it. But
we're excited about it. I'll be vending. Stephen will be at the Canadian Reptile Breeder Expo in Canada, obviously. And so I'll be vending Bob's show in Atlanta.
I'm going to be honest. Y'all have mentioned the Southeastern Reptile Canadian show. 27 times this episode, and I feel like we have
Sponsor,
dropped.
Patrick.
No, but they haven't said the sponsorship the whole episode.
Oh yeah. You're right. You're right.
Trip. I think we've
Robin.
been talking about.
Robin, you and I right now, no one else is here. I can do better for you. Okay, pay for one of my trips. I promise.
You are so unbelievable.
I can do better. I can do
David, you
better.
want to show off your little poster?
Yeah. Let me find.
Let's
them.
see it. There we go.
All right, hold on. So we did the 15 minutes of lame, or when we did the 15 minutes of lame, Chris had the idea of printing off posters that we all signed. So we got little, like, kind of mini posters for each of the episodes we're going to do. We're gonna go
Wow, guys. Sorry, go ahead, Steven. But
look who
Andrew's
it
done,
is.
what was it again?
Playing the pipe.
Fixing
with
the
Jacob.
pipes.
Playing it. That's what I think he specifically said. There was
They
problems
needed-
with playing. Like,
They
Oh,
had
I'm
something
sure-
going on with
I'm
their
sure
plumbing.
Andrew had problem laying the pipe. That doesn't
Yeah.
surprise me at all.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
said they
yeah.
had plumbing issues. And
No,
it
Yeah.
shouldn't take long.
it's okay. You just hate women. That's all right.
Look,
That
Andrew,
checks out.
unfortunately, you guys have been replaced by Patrick and Steven. So I'm going to let you guys each choose who replaced who. I think I know
I-
which one's Jacob and which one's Andrew,
Ooh,
but
oh, that's
I'll
good.
let them.
Steven, who do you
fight
think
it
you
out.
are?
one of us has a beard, like an actual beard.
I'm Jacob. Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say that, but then I was like, I don't know if that works. But yeah, that's fair.
Oh, it fits. It
Oh,
fits.
wow. Just like Patrick.
Yeah, that's perfect
You
for
guys-
Patrick. Patrick hates women.
Do I?
Whenever
Do
we
what?
talk on the phone, he's like, "Thank you, subordinate." Click. Like that's what he says. Okay?
I don't think I've ever once used the word subordinate to begin with. Jesus Christ.
He says the help.
The help. Yeah, not subordinate. The help.
He's like, "Have fun washing dishes. Bye."
Good luck with your tiny lady brain. I know it's going to be difficult, but we'll get there. Yeah.
There we go.
And
we
just
have-
so, yeah. And Andrew's got 12 kids to prove it. So we have been messaging them on the Two Peens in a Podcast chat. Like, for some reason, instead of just adding them both into a group chat, I just had emailed the Two Peens in a Pod, DM'd the Two Peens in a Podcast Instagram page. So they just talk at us the way I assume we talk to other people, where you never know who it is. Except Steven and I don't fight with each other in our own message thread. So I've just got one that's like, yeah, I can do that for you. And it's like, no, you can't, you idiot. All coming from the same person.
Account.
Yeah. And it's just like, Steven's like,
Perfect.
who said that? And I'm like, I don't know who's who.
I don't know.
No one
well-
knows.
All right, real quick. They were using code names, and it was like Maverick and something else. I'm like, well, which
Goose.
one's Maverick? Yeah, Moose.
Yeah, Steven's like, which one of them's Maverick? And I'm
Moose
like,
is
I don't
Andrew and
fucking know.
Maverick is Jacob. It's not that
Moose,
hard.
Goose.
Oh,
Did
Goose.
you say
Goose.
moose?
Oh, well, now it's more
Neither of you-
Are
complicated.
you both?
Neither of you have seen Top Gun.
Yeah, of course I've seen it, but Moose made sense
so you
for
thought
Andrew.
Maverick and Moose was the
Yeah,
correct
that's-
combination?
Possibly.
No. Anyways,
mad at
we
both
have
of you.
2 minutes, so I would like to do a quick little PSA. Keep on the lookout because the next episode of Partho will not be dual stream. Not that our views matter at this point, anyways, but that's okay. But it won't be on the Chimera account. We will be dual streaming with Leviathan on Late to the Mic. So
Yeah.
it's going to be on the Late to the Mic account, not Chimera. And
Patrick
will
got
be
that
happening
account
for the
monetized and
foreseeable
said-
future. So
He said, see you later, Chimera.
for the
account."
like 6 people that we bring in for this show, just so
Whoa.
you know,
We bring in tens of people. Tens.
just
Hey.
so you know,
Sorry,
it'll
bud.
be on Late to the Mic. And that's it. That was my PSA. All right,
Awesome.
last minute. Anybody? Anything?
Yes. So if you guys haven't had enough of Leviathan and Chimera, Patrick, all of that stuff, crossover things, tomorrow we're invading another channel.
Jesus
We
Christ.
are taking over.
This is
Adam
excessive
from
at this point.
Proper Royals. And we are going to be, it's going to be myself interviewing Patrick and Chase, and we'll see. Do you believe that I can keep everybody corralled and on topic? Because I have an outline. I have notes and
Yeah,
notes
no,
and
we can because it'll be you and Chase keeping me in check, and I think both of y'all can do it. I think that's.
Yeah, that's true.
I think you both together can mostly do it.
Good.
Yeah, it'll be good.
All right.
Steven, who's sponsoring your road trip?
Redline shipping.
We love Redline.
Robin's awesome.
Hit us up. All
And
right.
All right,
don't leave us
guys.
for Patrick
And also, if you guys don't watch Two Peens in a Podcast, you should jump on over.
Still, don't watch it. Just don't. You don't know if the
It's
guests are going to
spelled
show
like-
up. Yeah.
It's spelled like two penne in a podcast, but one less N.
And they.
I did really enjoy y'all's reel you put out. Y'all,
I know it was such a good reel.
I'm gonna say something nice because I think I bully y'all mildly.
I'm gonna go get under my weighted blanket after this.
Yeah, you probably should. I think y'all, you two, Courtney and Steven, not Molly, absolutely crush the reel and like social media game on stuff. Like I'm envious of y'all's creativity and how y'all hammer that out. Like I wish I could get that person at Chimera. I wish.
I don't know. He cut up and I missed out on the compliment.
Well,
Oh,
even
no.
better is if you know what? Nope, I'm not going there. It's 9:01 and I'm not going there.
She has got paid overtime.
Yeah,
I
he doesn't get paid.
I was very proud of that reel. I was like driving home in a hurricane and I was like trying to think of something and I was like, maybe I just won't do a reel this time. I can't think of anything. And then I was like, maybe I can come up with something about their gross name. And then there it was.
It was really good. That was good. And y'all really like y'all do crush those. Like it's solid. Like every time. Y'all it's like y'all get the assignment and do a good job with it. So that's
Thank
great.
you. It takes
Yeah.
a lot of effort.
I know, and it's great. All right, we gotta go. Thank y'all for having me on.
Yeah, way to close out
Yay,
our
we had
show.
Steven,
but-
yeah, our guests Steven and Patrick. Guys, it's been great to talk to you. It's been so amazing. Never got to speak to you guys before, so it's been great.
Come say hey to us in Daytona in 2 weeks,
Yes.
and then in Atlanta, and then Redline road trip on up to Charlotte and Tinley Park, all in the next 3 months. So,
Yep. All right, you guys ready for me to hit it?
Hit
bye,
it.
guys.